Hey, hope everybody's doing well. We're back here at Real Builds, and this is the underbody structure patch that was put in on the right hand side, passenger side of the Geo Metro. And as you can see, it's much heavier gauge metal. It's been welded all around. There's multiple passes. The weld isn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but it's strong. So with that, we've restored probably 75–80% of the strength that was there, and the panel that'll be going over it will restore the rest. So we're pretty pleased with the way it's turned out, and looking forward to getting hard at it. Now, some other work that's been done. We've cleaned that little bit of rust up, as well as have these two pieces ready to put a little body filler on and give a sand and a polish and kick them loose. And then up here, we have another corner where again, the welds aren't pretty, but they're strong, and it's been filled. Everything's ready to have the body filler put on and sanded down, and then prime and paint. So pretty pleased with the amount of work that we did get done in the last day. A lot of work, and not being a great welder, it takes me a long time to get this stuff done, but it's worthwhile. On this side, we have the body patch in place, all the metal cleaned, ready to go back on. And again, just like the other side, once the welds are done, screws come out and the holes are filled. So we're pretty happy with where we've gotten to on this round. Now, of course, the engine, everything is ready to go. And I just want to get the body work done. Because we're working the back side of the car, I don't feel like putting gasoline in it and then welding. Somehow that doesn't seem to be the smartest plan on earth. So we're just going to be real careful and continue the way we have been going. Now, what's great about this is it means we're getting back on track. Our timeline's gone on a little long. Our expenses have gone up a little more with the primer and stuff I had to buy, hardener, a few other things. We're pushing $300 on this project now. It's a good little car, but when you're out of work, the dollars can hurt real fast. So that's it from Real Builds for now. Tomorrow we're going to complete doing the patches and get the grinding and sanding done and get some a little bit of color on it to keep it looking presentable. And again, as we said at the back here, these pieces aren't pretty. We're just going to, we've already hit them with rust converter. We're just going to bond to it for the time being to help slow the rust. And we'll deal with those come spring, maybe a set of fender flares or something. So, till then, when we come back in another day or so, that's it from Real Builds. We're hustling to get this done. I've got a need for this little beast, so we got to get her finished. Thanks a lot for joining us. Talk to you soon. Hey, welcome back to Real Builds. I'll give you a little more of an update. We've finished welding up the rockers on both sides, and true to my word, they ain't pretty, but they're strong. And you know, if this I would never sell this car because I've done these kinds of repairs. It's now mine until the poor old girl dies, but that also means I can do some weird stuff with it. But structurally it's now sound. It's welded all the way around, bonded on the back side, plus I've left some of the mounting screws in, so it's extremely strong. You saw the inner structure. We repaired all the damage, and it's looking quite good, but it's not for public consumption repairs. The job's solid. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about collision damage or getting hit. I know it's strong enough but it's not pretty, and nobody deserves to get a surprise like that if they don't know what they're getting into. So this one will now be mine until it gets thrown in the trash can, if that time ever comes. And this side, same thing. We're all ready to start putting the Bondo on and cleaning it up. Now you can see here, as I said, that's just going to get Bondoed. I said that up front. I don't have time to deal with this. I just don't. I need this car up and running and looking reasonably presentable. So that's the direction we're going. I'll come back to it if I decide to keep the car and do a proper repair, but it's non-structural, it's just cosmetic, so it's going to get what it gets. This was structural, that's why it had to be dealt with. And I think we did a pretty good job. Doors close nicely, gaps are reasonable. It's strong. A lot of doing the underside work. The car was jacked up at one end, and we were measuring and cross-checking and making sure everything was cool. But like I said, it ain't pretty. It's, and again, door gaps are reasonable. Not great, they're reasonable. Now, while between rounds of waiting for the body filler to dry, we've already got the battery back in. It's time to get this thing up and running, which means getting fuel in it and doing some other things. So when we've got the body filler on and we're ready for the first start, we'll be back. Take care.